To solve this equation by completing the square, you first want the squared and the linear term on one side and the constant on the other. So I'm going to add 10n to both sides, and I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. So therefore, I have n squared plus 10n equals negative 5. Now, when you solve an equation by completing the square, you take the linear term, in this case 10, you divide it by 2, which is 5, and then you square that, which becomes 25. I'm going to add positive 25 to both sides of the equation, because whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. So I have n squared plus 10n plus 25 equals 20. Now the whole reason you do this is so that you can complete the square. N squared plus 10n plus 25 factors to n plus 5 squared, and that equals 20. So to solve this by completing the square, now we take the square root of both sides. When you take the square root of n plus 5 squared, it just becomes n plus 5. When you take the square root of 20, it becomes plus or minus root 20. At this point, I'm going to write it as two equations. N plus 5 equals positive root 20, or n plus 5 equals negative root 20. Now I can break up root 20, so I have n plus 5 equals 2 radical 5, or n plus 5 equals negative 2 radical 5. Now simplifying, I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. So I have n equals positive 2 root 5 minus 5, or n equals negative 2 root 5 minus 5. Those are the two solutions, and I have solved this equation by completing the square.